Hello there, my name is Jodie Johnson from Tonic Studios, and I have a top tip for you regarding the pressure on your machines. Now, if you were to run a die through your machine on the width of the plates, you would find that it doesn't like to cut in that centre location. So you need to place your dies on the side of your plates. Now, if I was to take a machine to pieces, it would basically look like one of your old-fashioned mangles inside. You have your gearing system at one side and also gears at the other side. So therefore, when you turn the handle, the pressure is at both sides, and you tend to get that little sag in the middle there, so it doesn't cut as well as it should. So, by placing your dies down the side of your plates rather than the width, you are guaranteed that perfect cut each and every time. So I've taped one of my dies down. I'm going to run that through the machine, and you'll see that it will cut absolutely perfectly on the side. We will then cut one in the centre, and we'll have a look at the difference. So we've run that one through. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to give it the Jodie tap, and that's going to release all my little bits. Now you can see that that's cut perfectly. It's a perfect cut all the way down. Now if I was to take another piece of cardstock and we tried to cut the die in the centre, let's put it on the centre of the plate, and we're going to run that through the machine. Because let's face it, there's times where we do want to cut dies across the cardstock. So run that through, all the way through there, and through the other side. And I'm not going to take my die off at the moment, but if I turn that over, look, it's not cut in that centre point at all, okay? Because the weight is on the side rollers. So if I wanted to cut that middle section, what I would need to do is take a shim. Now what I mean by a shim is an extra piece of cardstock, okay? Now if I applied an extra piece of cardstock the whole width and put it through the machine, I am gaining no more pressure, because the pressure is still going to go onto those sides. So what I do is I do it in sections. So I've basically cut a third, and I'm going to place that just on a third of the die. Tape it down and run that one through, all the way through. And then we're going to take that little shim that we've placed in there, and we're going to move it across. Okay, and put that one through. So by applying this little extra piece of card in certain areas, not the whole die area, just that certain point, you are applying that whole pressure to that one point. Last bit coming up now, just that little bit there, all the way through, and you're going to get that perfect cut now. So let's take that out. Take away your shim, turn it over, give it a tap, and I can see that I've not quite caught that middle. So while it's still in, let's centralise the middle, go back through. With a die, it's so easy to be able to relocate that die, because when you move it over the top, you can feel it lock into those little holes. So all the way, take that away, turn it over, give it a tap, remove your die, any little bit, they are all cut. We just go now, just tap out the ones that are in there. But that is how you are going to apply your dies in the centre of your machine. Remember, don't shim the whole lot. Just literally shim bit by bit, applying that extra pressure to that section rather than the whole thing in one go.